Jack was different, not in a way that diminished his spirit, but in a way that made him all the more extraordinary. He had been diagnosed with spina bifida, a condition that affected his spine and motor functions. Jack was cheerful, loving, and, above all, he dreamed of one thing: to find someone who would truly love him. Jack longed for a forever home where he could be someone's faithful companion. Then, one day, the phone rang, and hope soared to new heights. A man called the shelter, his voice filled with excitement, and he expressed his desire to give Jack a loving home. The shelter staff couldn't contain their joy. It seemed like happiness was finally within Jack's reach. Preparations were made with great care. Jack was bathed, brushed, and his best collar was adorned. He looked his finest, and deep down, he felt that something extraordinary was waiting for him. As the clock ticked towards the appointed hour, everyone's hearts were filled with anticipation. But as the minutes turned into hours, the potential owner never arrived. He didn't answer his phone, and the silence that followed was deafening. Jack's excitement began to wane, and a heavy sadness settled over him. It was as if Jack had understood that his dreams had once again been dashed. His eyes, which had once shone with hope, now held a glimmer of heartache. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Jack lay in his kennel, lost in his thoughts. It was a somber evening at Peach's Bully Rescue, but little did they know that the story was far from over. In the days that followed, Jack's story touched the hearts of people far and wide. His photo and tale were shared across social media, and soon, he had fans and well-wishers from all corners of the country. Gifts and toys began pouring into the shelter, each one carrying a message of love and support. The outpouring of affection for Jack was overwhelming. His spirit, though momentarily dampened, had been reignited by the kindness of strangers. And then, something magical happened. The shelter received over 200 applications from people who had seen Jack's story and were deeply moved by it. These were people who genuinely wanted to open their hearts and homes to this special bulldog. The shelter staff, overwhelmed by the response, took their time carefully reviewing each application.